G'day, I'm Brandon Gaskell.
Hi, my name is Caden Hogan.
My name is Isaiah Weber.
I'm Ty Jenkins.
My name is Kyle McElroy.
My name is Cade Myers.
Okay, my name is Gustavo Push.
My name is Kaeo Subiano.
My name is Hugo Jansson.
Now I coach at my gym, so I'm a CrossFit Level 1 trainer. I work roughly 10 to 12 hours a week at my gym. Two of those mornings, I do 2 morning sessions. Tuesday and Thursday, I'm up at 4:30 a.m. to coach. And the rest of the week is at night till 8 p.m. till 7 p.m., whatever it is. In between all that, I'm at school from 9:30 a.m. to 3 p.m. every day, and everything else falls into place after that. So training in the morning, training in the afternoon, training at night, getting in whenever and wherever I can. I also started training at my gym a little bit, which wasn't amazing, but I just did my bodybuilding accessories and stuff at my school if I needed to. Roughly 21 to 23 hours a week. Full rest day on Sundays.
Probably like 4 hours a day for 6 days a week.
I train 5 days a week with the 6th day being like a recovery day where I just do like a single monostructural thing, like just bike or just run, and then Sundays always being a rest day. I'm training in the morning, probably 5:30 to 7 when I can go home and get ready and get to school by 8, and then school 8 to 3:30. Get out of school. Like if I'm not in season, then or if I'm in season, then I'm going to practice for a while, get done usually about 6, and then go train after that. But if I'm not in season, then I'll go training right after school for probably 2.5 hours, then get home, mobilize, and get to sleep and repeat.
Yeah, so I'll give you like a school day and then a summer day as well. A school day, I will wake up usually around 4 in the morning and then try to get to the gym around 5. And then I usually do my lifting in the morning. And then around 8, I'll shower and head to school. This year, I go to school from 8 to 1. And then at 1 p.m., I come back to the gym. And then I'll do my cardio, my Metcons, my accessory work. And then depending on the day, like Tuesdays are usually longer days. I'll probably be here till 5:30 on Tuesdays. But other days of the week, like Fridays, I'm only in the gym until about 4:30 after school. And then I go home, I eat, I study, and then pretty much just go to bed and do it all again. My weekends are when I do some more fun stuff, but my weeks are pretty busy. And then like a summer day of training, I'll get up at 6. I usually get to the pool around 7. I swim from 7 to 8:30 every morning. And then I head over to the gym at 9. I'll train from 9 to 1 p.m., then go home, eat. If I do any summer classes, I'll do some of my studying for those. And then I go back around 4, and then I'll train till about 7. So my summers are way busy, and it's a lot of training, but the thing that gets me through it is like I only have to do that for 2 months.
For a while now, I've been working out like 10 times a week at least, so rest days Thursdays and Sundays, working out 2 sessions a day every other day. I go to school, so I work out before school and after school. A typical day for me would be like waking up in the morning at somewhere around 5 o'clock, 5:20 maybe, walking to the gym, being there before 6 o'clock, and then like in the spring last year I always did the conditioning and cardio in the morning, so like zone 2 cardio work, then got to school and then came back, did the strength and CrossFit parts of training. But now it's more like strength in the morning and maybe some intervals in the afternoon. But yeah, it would add up to about 4 or 5 hours of training every day. And then Thursdays, maybe some swimming, because I'm a bad swimmer, or some zone 2, just recovery training. Sundays are usually all rest days.
So right now is a little different, just based on the off season and doing a lot more strength. Right now I'm CrossFitting 3 days a week. So I'll CrossFit Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday, and then doing strength 6 days a week right now. And then I'll take my Sunday off. When I start the season up again, typically what we've been doing is we go Monday through Wednesday, CrossFit and strength, and then we take Thursday as an active recovery day. That'll just be C2 bike or a short, long run, something like that. And then we'll do Friday, Saturday, and then rest day. So that's kind of the dynamic that we've been doing. That's what we did last year. I don't know, I'd have to talk to my coaches if we're going to switch anything up, but I really liked that system. I liked having an active recovery day and a rest day. That was really important, so that I wasn't overtraining and beating myself up too much. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday are all double sessions. So typically what we would do is we would start out the day with my strength stuff. That probably took around 2 hours, and then we'd hit CrossFit Metcon. After that, that would kind of be another hour. So we'd hit 3 hours in the morning, and then in the afternoon, I'd come back and do another Metcon, and then accessory stuff. So we kind of split that up like that, always trying to do the strength. That's a pretty big priority for me. It always has been. So I'm moving on from one strength cycle to another. And then on Thursdays, as my active recovery day, I'll always do just one session and maybe a swim as well. And then Sundays I do nothing.
I do online school. I don't know if you knew that. So I do all my work from right here on my computer, and it's nice. I've been very fortunate for that. Every once in a while I'll have to like go in for like a major test, not like every week tests, but like the important ones. And they take us to a hotel and we'll go. It's like the conference room to take them. But anyway, that's outside the point. Let's say Monday, I'll wake up 7 o'clock, not too early because I don't need to and I like my sleep. I'll wake up, come downstairs, do schoolwork for about an hour or two. I'll eat breakfast in there, and then at 9:30 or so, I'll leave to the gym, train for 2 hours, come back around a little afternoon, eat lunch, do more schoolwork until about 3 to 4. That depends on the day. Go back to the gym. I go back, so I do 2 days, Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday. So I'll go back in the afternoons those days. Work out, come home, eat, do more schoolwork if I need to. Usually I don't do any at night. And then hang out, go to bed. That's the normal day-to-day. Wednesdays are like deload days for training. So usually it'll be a long, we call them way too long Wednesdays. It'll be a long cardio workout Wednesday, and then we'll do like some skill work. But usually it's like we don't touch a barbell. If so, it's gonna be, we do bench press on Wednesdays. I don't know why that is. It just happens often. But skill work on Wednesdays. Monday, Tuesday are pretty hard. Thursday as well is difficult for training. Those are 2 days, so that's a lot. Friday, I usually don't go back in the afternoon. Friday, sometimes I will. That's like the morning's normal though. And then Saturdays, it's only open in the morning till like noon. So we have a class called Early Burn, go to it like 8:45, and it's similar like our Wednesday workouts. Usually all cardio, like, well, it is all cardio, and it's usually all machines for like 40 minutes.
I wake up like at 6 a.m., 7 a.m. If I have tests in this week, in the morning I like study a little bit, take my breakfast, and I go train. Like I have a CrossFit box, a CrossFit like gym in my house. So I have like a home gym, you know? So it's way easier for me. So I just go downstairs and go train. And after it, like I get my lunch, I take a shower, get my things to the school, and go to school. My school starts at 2 p.m. and it finishes at 6, sorry. 6 p.m. All right. And then I come back to my house and I start my second session at 7, you know? And I train till like 8, 9. Then I take a shower again, eat something, and go sleep. And the next day we repeat it. Yeah, only Sundays. Just one rest. But it's not like a total rest because I usually do something on the rest day, like play soccer or go ride a bike, you know? I always do something.
Well, for this, right now in the off season, I'm training 6 days a week. One day being just a recovery day with a little bit less volume. The other 5 days are normal training days. Right now I'm training about 4 hours a day, 9 o'clock to 1 o'clock, and then what's that? Yeah, it's 4 hours. 9 o'clock to 4 o'clock, and then that's it for the day. Just 4 hours, and then right after that, I'll start working on some schoolwork or eat lunch or just do some things I need to do, and then after that we'll start working on the business and the gym, because right now in the off season we put a lot more of our attention into building the gym and maintaining basically just taking care of the members. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday will be training. Thursday will be an easier recovery day, and then Friday, Saturday, normal training, and then Sunday, rest day, go to church, kind of just chill out, and then do it all over again.
You could have any superpower, what would it be?
Speed. Probably breathe underwater. Super strength. Be fast. The superpower to be invisible.
Whoa. To never die. Live forever.
Be like being able to fly. I think that'd be cool.
I'm really focused on my carb intake. It's very easy to get protein intake. It's carbs that we really need as elite athletes. So I have a few things that are staples in my diet. Things like bagels, things like soft drinks, juice, bananas. The liquid calories are always my favorite, just because they're very easy to get down and quick to get down. It's also, I've always said it with my coach that if you can't eat anymore, you can still drink. So like you just eat yourself silly, and then you can still get down a soft drink or still get down 500 mils of juice. You know, bagel is 50 grams of carbs. That's easy. Before and after, we do like Powerade Staminade powder, which I don't know if you know what it is, but basically just like it's like an electrolyte drink, but it's just pretty much straight sugar, and it's in a powder form. So I just like dump like 8 scoops into like 200 mils of water and get it down before a training session, just to fire up my sugar intake. because I'll burn that throughout the next hour, 2 hours, however long I'm training for. It's what Matt Fraser used to do. I got it off of him. Idea is after every workout you get 100 grams of carbs. Like, that's what I was doing at the games. Like, sit down and just put out 100 grams of carbs in front of you and just get it down.
I work with functional eating and training think tanks nutritionists. Right now, it's like just eating whatever, like a lot of food, a lot of calories. We do macros, and it's like I just have to reach over these numbers with like 225 grams protein, 500 grams carbs, and then 100 like 40 fat.
Yeah, so actually I track my macros and stuff back in the day, just to kind of get a general idea of what I eat. But I've stopped doing that in like the last 2 years just because I eat basically almost the same thing every day. But morning is a full breakfast. I've always been a breakfast guy, so I have my 6 eggs, 2 burritos with the turkey sausage. That's usually my little breakfast meal, and then I'll have some oats or something a little bit later, kind of just fill myself up a little bit more. And then lunch typically would be steak or chicken, a ton of rice, veggies kind of mixed in there with some kind of carb on the side too, along with the rice. Fats too. I drink a ton of milk. I'm a big milk guy, so I'll drink a ton of milk. And then the evenings are kind of whatever my parents make for dinner, usually something healthy like salmon, or spaghetti and meatballs, or whatever it may be, but kind of going off of that. And then I'll have just little snacks periodically throughout the day. And just with all the sports I'm doing, I usually just try to eat enough food rather than track everything, just making sure that I feel full and like feel that I have energy throughout the day.
Well, my first year, I was about 155, 160 pounds, and I was kind of looking at other athletes my height and realized I need to gain weight. So I upped my calorie intake to 5,000 calories a day, which is a lot. And so a quick breakdown of my macros, I'll do 200 grams of protein, 130 grams or less of fat, and then 500 or more carbs, depending on how much I train that day, but 500 is the lowest amount I'll eat. And so for me, it was just easy. I'm not a picky eater, so if I just ate the same thing every day and didn't get tired of it, that was going to be the easiest way for me to stay on top of my macros. And so I actually, since the games, have changed up a little bit, just because I finally got tired of eating the same thing every day. But it worked really well for my 3 years as a teenager. I'll run through the meals real quick. So I'd wake up, I would eat a bagel, 2 eggs, 2 egg whites, a cup of strawberries, and a cup of Greek yogurt. And then lunch, I would have 2 peanut butter and banana sandwiches, 35 of these like tiny rice cakes that you could get. The brand's Quaker. I don't remember exactly what they're called, but they're basically small rice cakes. And then a protein shake. And then my dinner was always 3 tortillas, a pound of chicken, and then just a whole avocado, and then a certain amount. It was usually 30 to 40, depending on how many snacks I'd had throughout the day, like tortilla chips. So it was a lot of food, and for the most part, hold a few days in the off season. That's what I ate for 3 years straight. And I would change up my dinner every once in a while. Every once in a while, I would throw in a pound of steak and 3 cups of rice instead of the chicken. But it was very similar, and it worked for me. And it doesn't for a lot of people. A lot of people like variety, and there's nothing wrong with that. There's good ways to do it. But for me, it was just less effort to change up my meals every day when I was fine eating the same thing.
As far as eating goes right now, like I'm trying not to be super stingy about protein intake and fats and managing my carbs, and I don't want to be obsessed about that, but also realizing the reality that I do have to eat a ton if I want to gain, and it's been hard for me to gain over the past 3 years. So definitely, I'm trying to get over between like 200 and 250 grams of protein a day, to really push for that high protein content. As far as like fats and carbs, I don't track them. I'm just eating as much as I possibly can. So most of the day when I'm not training is spent eating and doing school. So I'm really trying to get in that like 5,000 to 6,000 calories a day.
I do eat a lot. I don't know. I mean, all of us, like our whole age group and like teens in general that work out, eat a ton because we have to. And I've struggled forever for putting on weight. Like I get shove my mouth full and it's like I don't put on any weight, but I'm finally getting there. So it's been nice. I'm the heaviest I've ever been. I'm at like 195. I've been consistently like at weight since the games, but I don't track my macros every day. I'll do it every few months. I don't know, maybe like once a month. Recently, I haven't done it often, but like before the games, I do it like once a month because I eat the same thing for breakfast and lunch every day, and then dinner is different. So I know about where my macros are, and it's like if my dinner's a little bit less on protein, I know I just need to go eat some. But breakfast, I do some yogurt and a bunch of oats. Just gotta carb up, and all my meals, like breakfast is almost 1,000 calories. My lunch is my biggest meal. I get a big old bowl. It's a mixing bowl because the normal food bowls don't fit. And I'll take a whole bag of rice in there, and it's like 100 grams of carbs. It's amazing. And then a ton of chicken. I'll put some sausage in there for flavor, cheese, avocado, buffalo sauce. Ties it all in together, and it's delicious. And it like usually turns out to be like 1,400 calories for my lunch in a bowl, and then I'll have some other stuff with it as well usually. And that's a lot of food. Dinners vary, as long as I get a carb and a meat. Really, that's all that matters. Vegetables too, but and yeah. So I'm usually like mid 4,000s, like 4,500 calories or so. Sometimes that's higher, sometimes it's lower. Usually on the weekends I don't eat a lot, just because I eat so much during the week. I don't really want to eat on the weekends. I mean, like I just went and ate a whole pizza last night and it was great, but like I don't know, I'm not shoving my food full like I do when I'm training, but I'm also just not hungry, as nearly as hungry as when I'm working out because I'm not burning calories. Carbs, I'm usually 500, a little, I think over, like in the 500s. 600 would be pushing it, like I'd be eating a lot that day. Protein, I'm usually 230, 240, somewhere in there. And then fats, like around 150.
I have a nutritionist, but I'm very bad doing it. Like a food plan, I can't. I just can't. So I just eat like clean food, like just normal food. And I eat. I don't know if you know Guilherme Malheiros. No, it's a Brazilian athlete, really famous. So I'm just like him. I just eat, and when my body says stop, I stop. That's it.
Looking around at the other 9 athletes, I was like, dang. Looking at you, bro, I was like, dang. All right, I gotta eat more. Right now, when it comes to eating, it's 3 big meals, and then 3 big meals, and then 1 smaller meal. So obviously, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Breakfast would be a bit lighter because I eat a little bit before I train, and I just do 1 training block. Eat 1 training block, and then lunch, and then I have a smaller, I call it pre-dinner, just because I can't eat that much at dinner. So I'll eat a little bit before that, and then afterwards I'll have dinner. And usually it's right now it's 4,400 calories at the moment. Pretty sure my protein's 255 grams a day, and then carbs is somewhere around 350, and then I think fat is around 200 to 250. Sorry, my bad. Sorry about that. Something like that. Yeah, but right now it's 50% fat right now.
My eating habits are I eat everything and a lot of it. I go to a school where the food is very, very good. So it's hard for me to eat a lot of breakfast because I don't want to eat a lot before training. And after training I go directly from the gym to the school. So I don't have much breakfast with me except for maybe a shake. But then going to school and eating lunch, I eat a ton of meat, ton of carbohydrates in potatoes and rice and everything. So, but the hard part for me is getting in the carbohydrates because the proteins are kind of easy to get in, like 200 grams plus. If you're willing to take a shake or eat a lot of meat, you know. So I have my macros is I try to reach 500 grams of carbohydrates, but I usually don't do because I don't know, it's hard. So that's something I want to become better at, just eating a lot of carbohydrates. So I usually eat around like 400 grams of carbohydrates, 230 grams of protein maybe. And then the fats are pretty high, maybe 170, 180. So I could lower the fat a bit and add on the carbohydrates. And the calories would add up to 4,500 calories, I think. Somewhere around there. I track sometimes. And sometimes I just know what to eat, so I don't need to track everything. I currently do some different salts, other supplements, vitamins and stuff. But then I also had a time where I did creatine. I currently don't do creatine, even though I should maybe. And in season I do beta-alanine, which I think have helped me a lot. Which might be some placebo effect, but works for me.
Have the protein powders, the creatines, beta-alanine.
I tried creatine for like a little bit, but I stopped.
Yeah, I do creatine once a day in the morning, about like 7 o'clock. And then I also take Element, just the salt. I'll do probably 2 packets a day of the Element T, the salt, potassium, and magnesium.
I do creatine and I'll do beta-alanine only in season. So starting a little after the Open until the games, I'll do beta-alanine, but I don't do it in the off season just because it's not very cheap, and it helps your performance in competition, but during the off season I'm not competing very often. And then obviously I supplement some protein, and then I have one called GlycoDrive. I think that might be what the company calls it. That might not be a universal thing, but it's basically just carbs that you can add to your drink.
So I do take creatine. That's been pretty helpful to put on that kind of lean muscle mass. Been taking creatine, really trying to maximize whole foods as much as I can. I try not to take too much protein powder and stuff, because I'd really like to get that protein source from chicken and beef and everything that I can like that. But at some point, I'll reach the point where I'm full and I have to have some protein powder to really get those numbers that I'm looking for.
I just use one supplement, and it's whey protein, That's it.
Basically just creatine and maybe some baby food during the workouts, and then some pre-workout right now. And that's about it. I'm not a lot on supplements right now. Just trying to get most of it from food. Like not even taking protein shakes right now.
I don't know. I'm riding the roller coaster, and we'll see what happens.
Probably in the future of podium a couple times, or at least top 5 a couple times.
Give it a good run and see if we're fit enough to go to the games as an individual.